Ever come home to find your favorite shoes chewed to bits, and as you look at your dog, they meet your gaze with those big, sad eyes that seem to say, "I'm so sorry"? But are they truly sorry? Or are they just masters of putting on a guilt trip? This age-old question has puzzled dog owners for centuries. We've all been there, wondering if our furry companions truly understand the weight of their actions, or if their remorseful expressions are simply a clever ploy to appease us. Today on Dogs Wiz, we're diving deep into the science of canine behavior to finally answer the question, do dogs feel guilt? Let's find out. Imagine this scenario. You step into a room and your dog exhibits an unmistakable expression after some mischievous escapade, like peeing indoors or wreaking havoc on your favorite socks. It appears as if they're exuding guilt. You'll notice signs such as a tucked tail, visible whites of the eyes, cowering, a hunched posture, yawning, licking, flattened ears, and avoiding eye contact. But the main question here is, are all these signs really indicative of guilt? The answer is no. We might be quick to assume that our pooch is feeling guilty after having done a naughty task. However, most often what seems like your furry friend feeling guilty is more likely a reflection of your own thoughts about whether or not the dog is genuinely remorseful. This tendency to attribute human emotions to our pets is known as anthropomorphism, recognized by veterinary experts. In reality, all these expressions are more indicative of fear and stress in dogs. Guilt is a complex concept, demanding an understanding of cause and effect over time, making it difficult to prove in dogs. Since dogs don't communicate through words, we are left to speculate about their thoughts as we return home to find a chewed-up shoe. Now let's delve into the realm of canine emotions. While dogs undoubtedly experience primary emotions like happiness, sadness, and fear, there is less evidence supporting their capacity for complex secondary emotions such as guilt and shame, according to Scientific American. Scientists propose that these secondary emotions are akin to the advanced calculus of feelings, potentially beyond our furry companions' mental capacity. But what about the look they give after mischief, or our belief that dogs show guilt, you might ask? Well, according to Scientific American, a staggering 74% of dog owners believe their pups feel guilty, and around 60% claim that their dog's guilty behavior influences them to go easy on the scolding. It's as if there's a collective agreement that our dogs are adept actors in the drama of remorse. Despite these widespread beliefs and a lack of compelling scientific evidence, it's highly likely that dogs do not or perhaps cannot feel guilty. A 2009 study by Alexandra Horowitz from Barnard College titled "Disambiguating the Guilty Look: Salient Prompts to a Familiar Dog Behavior" suggests that dogs were more likely to display guilt-associated behaviors after being scolded, regardless of actual guilt. In that experiment, dogs that did not misbehave yet still scolded showed more guilt-associated behaviors than dogs that had misbehaved and were scolded. These behaviors also appeared in situations where owners did not scold the dogs at all, indicating that dogs learn quickly that when pet parents are unhappy with them, they can placate their humans by looking sad. Supporting these findings is an experiment by Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest, published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science. The study aimed to determine if guilty dogs who had misbehaved would greet their owners differently from those who hadn't, and if owners could accurately discern their dog's wrongdoing based on greetings. The study found that dog parents were unable to accurately tell whether their dogs had misbehaved. Both guilty and innocent dogs acted ashamed only when their owners assumed they had misbehaved and spoke to them accordingly. Let's also hear what animal experts have to say on the matter. According to Dr. Mary R. Birch, a certified applied animal behaviorist, sheds light on the guilty look, explaining that it often stems from past experiences where the dog faced a stronger reaction from their owner. The dog learns to anticipate the owner's reaction and exhibits body language like cowering as a way of seeking forgiveness. Our canine buddies are nothing short of intelligent when it comes to understanding our body language and expressions. They can tell when we're happy, sad, and angry. And when you get angry at them for misbehaving, they can quickly become fearful. Dogs have an extremely limited sense of time, and unless you catch them in the middle of the act, they most likely won't even recognize what they're being scolded for. And if they don't have any idea on what they're being scolded for, how can they feel any guilt? Imagine your dog peed on the carpet hours ago and you're scolding them now. Your pup will automatically become submissive without knowing why you're angry at them. You could interpret the submission as guilt, but it is, in fact, stress and anxiousness. Next time, if they pee in the house, they might already be afraid that you will get angry. They may be cowering, hiding, and shaking even before seeing the owner. This kind of behavior is not caused by guilt, but rather by fear and confusion. Now this brings us to yet another intriguing question. Do dogs understand when they do something wrong? The simple answer is no. Your canine buddy does not possess the same level of conscience as you. While humans can grasp right or wrong, dogs operate on a different wavelength. They can be trained not to do certain things, but it's more about associating actions with positive or negative consequences based on training. And there you have it, fellow dog lovers. The answer to the age-old question, do dogs feel guilt, is no. Dogs are incapable of processing complex emotions such as guilt, and so they're unable to feel guilty. Oftentimes, when we consider our pooches are acting guilty, it's most likely that they're acting submissive after having been scolded before. So next time your dog gives you that guilty look, remember, it's not guilt, but a learned response to make amends. Thanks for watching.